So this is part 3. Had a little machine jam, so I'm going to start up again. We're on the legs. So if we just look down at the work, remember we've done the first little stitch there, a centimetre at the bottom of the leg, and we started a centimetre from the toe of the leg, and now we're going to go up the leg. Remember, it gathers. It's a bit hard to just turn because of the stretch, so just lift your foot slightly and move it round. Take your time going around the curve. Going around the curve at the top of the leg. Secure your end. Pull your work out. Little pins out of the way. Now we can trim the leg. So about 2 millimeters, and we don't have to notch the fabric because it's a stretch fabric, so you don't need to notch. So we're just chopping the excess fabric away, not too close to the stitches. At the toe, don't chop into the toe, but you don't want too much gathered in the toe, it'd be a bit bulky. So go off at a corner and then go along your edge there. So there you go. So that's your leg chopped down. Turn your work. And you'll be surprised how much wadding you're going to end up putting in this leg. It's quite a lot. So grab your wadding. I'm going to need more than this, or believe me, because we want the doll to be able to stand, so the legs do need to be packed quite firmly. So push it in. If you need to use a pencil or something to push it right to the end, do that. Got a nice shape there. And just keep packing that leg. Oops. Again, because you've kept your stitch size small at 2.5, it's going to keep the stitches from gaping, and you can keep it nice and tight when you're packing it. Some more wadding, and really push it into the leg, shaping it as you do it. You don't want knobbly knees, or maybe you do, I don't know. You don't want them too lumpy if you can help it, but you do want it to be quite firm. Right, so then, are you happy with your, see that's a bit knobbly there, isn't it? So I would then get something long and thin, pencil, whatever, and just give it a bit more of a push. Try and pack it in a bit better. Squidge it, whatever it takes. I need a little bit more in the toe now. Now you can see, because I created a heel and a toe with that 1 centimetre stitch first, this is going to make closing that a lot easier. Whereas if you hadn't have done that, you've then got to create a corner at each end with your ladder stitch. Just keep it simple for yourself. Machine stitch that centimetre at the bottom of the foot either side. Makes it much, much easier when you come to do your ladder stitch. So here we go, we've got a foot now. And you ladder stitch that closed like we did with the arm. So that's a completed leg, and a leg that just needs ladder stitching. That's a completed arm, and this was that arm that we just did together. And I'll just go ahead and ladder stitch. I'm going to show you what it's like. So you've got your ladder stitch, you've got your fabric here. I'm going to pull on that and just start to close. Now look, that fabric's coming up. So with your pin, while you're closing it, just push the fabric down slightly and pull it again. And it creates a nice tidy cut. Some of the fibres of the wadding her there. You just pull that away. So it's a nice tidy arm there. Just go ahead and close that stitch, because that'll be at the top inside her clothes. You don't need to worry too much about that showing, because you won't see that bit of the arm. It's going to be up in her clothes. It's going to be a hand end. And just trim off any little loosey bits. So we've got 2 arms, almost 2 legs. So that's her body bits there, out of the way and done. We've got her calico body done, and we're going to finish the calico head. Now I went ahead and just finished those 5 sides there like that, all of them notched, all of them stitched, and this is the final closing. That's your last line that you need to do. So pin it, back stitch, sew that seam. As you're getting to the top, make sure that all your layers are folded up out of the way, and you're going to sew right up to the point, as close as you can. And take that out. Trim your ends. Take away your pins. And notch that final seam. Turn that. And there's your head. But there is a little bit there where our corners haven't quite met. It doesn't matter if they don't meet exactly. It should just only have a few stitches, and you can just hand stitch those closed. That makes no difference at all. So that's our calico head, our calico body, our 2 arms and our 2 legs. This is going to be your face. This is the sock that goes over the top of the calico head. So put your 2 pieces together, and we're just sewing up the 2 sides of this head. That's all we're doing. So secure, stitch size 2.5. Turn your work because of the stretch. Get that nice curve. Just take your time, no hurry. Okay, so that's one side done. Turn it round. Stay working on the same side that you've just sewn. Actually, no, I'm going to turn mine so I can see I've got a bit close there. So I'm going to turn mine. But because you've marked it on both sides, you're going to be able to keep that shape right, so don't worry about that. Needle down, turn your work. Okay, so that's all our body parts sewn, ready for finishing stuffing and constructing. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and stop the video there, I'm going to then make this part 4.